right. So yeah, actually looking at it, it's probably, yeah, probably a 7.5. But I wanted to kind of highlight, because there are still quite a few errors and wrong word choices. So don't look at this and think, you know, the grammar's all brilliant and stuff. But it is a good, strong, solid essay. And this is the kind of thing that you want to be producing by the end of the course. Okay. But if you think about it, already we know about how to write a good introduction, right? So we're already doing really, really well. So he's paraphrased here in the first line, he's paraphrased the sentence. I mean, the World Cup football match, it's not the best use of English, but he has paraphrased, okay? And then we've got our health. So we've got a good use of grammar there, with great national support and expectation. So he's paraphrased here, and then he's put and paraphrased again and put his whether he agrees, okay? Because remember, the question is, to what extent do you agree or disagree? And he said, I agree with the idea. And then he's saying what he's going to talk about in this essay. I will think about the effects of these popular sporting events. Okay, so it's got a quite good introduction there, doing all the things that we've talked about. But thinking about here, so we've got this one is a basic sentence, okay? So he's got a mix of tenses, because he's giving a statement. The World Cup, Olympics, and other international games work for easing tensions among different nations, okay? And then he's extended his idea to give an example. And then we've got a longer sentence that's joined together here by the and, okay? So he's got a much more, a longer sentence. And then we've got, even if it sounds ridiculous, many South Koreans were quite surprised at the moment when North Koreans shouted. So that he's got a much more complex sentence going on here. What color can I do that one? That one, okay? Because he's got the even if. So even if it sounds ridiculous, okay, on its own, we wouldn't understand that sentence, but linked together, this makes it a complex sentence, okay? And then we've got another complex sentence here with the even though. Okay, and then he's got a compound sentence. Okay, so as you can see, there's a real mix of sentences going on. So you can see how he's using these different types of sentences to get him a good range. Okay, and then on top of everything else, he's got his linking words. So we've got let's do that in purple. First of all, for example, okay. On the other hand, okay. In conclusion, can I see any more? And the other things that he's doing, because you know it's pretty good. He's giving so look, as far as I know, I agree, I think, I believe. Okay, so his opinion is coming out all the way through, and I can see what he thinks. He's got linking words joining the sentences together. He's got this one, linking words together. And he's got a mix of sentences, and he's also got a good mix of vocabulary and grammar. So can you see that when you read the essay, what kind of things we're talking about? Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's what lots of things going on, okay, but we know that we've already talked about paraphrasing and writing our introduction. So we're fine with that. What we're looking at now is these different types of basic and compound and complex sentences, okay? We'll look again at other things, and we've talked a bit about linking words, but we will do it again. But right now we want to focus on the complex sentences, okay? But I think it's helpful to look at this type of essay to see how it would all come together, okay? And he's doing really well in terms of his grammar. That's what, you know, he's probably coming in around an 8 for his grammar. And that's what's bringing him up, this kind of really good mix of sentences. And he's got some passive, he's got past, he's got present, he's got, what else has he got? Instance, I need that one in purple. He's got some modal verbs going on. Yeah, modal verb, could reduce. So he's got a good range of grammar going on as well. Okay. So how does that look for you?
Very difficult.
This is a really, really good, like I said, 7.58. And we've got plenty of time to start working through it, okay? But as you can see how important it is, this mix of sentences. Once we've got that, once you can do that, so we'll practice this for, you know, for as much as it takes, everything else will start to come together, okay? And you'll notice, you will start noticing with your homework that it is getting better and better in terms of, let's say, grammar and vocabulary. So, yeah, try and think. A good thing to think about is if you look again here at this sentence, okay, it's, oh, what are you doing? I want to make you green. Okay, so a basic sentence, okay? So it's always good to start a paragraph with a basic sentence, okay? Then you want to give a bit more information, and this is when you can be using and or but and your other words from the PowerPoint. And then, you know, by giving an example or showing a result, okay, that's building it all up. So you don't need to be thinking, oh, and panicking. It's always good. You can have a basic sentence as your opening paragraph, as an introduction to your paragraph. And you can, as you can see, he repeats the pattern. Okay, so it's always good. That's an easy way to get a basic sentence in and then concentrate more on what you're going to say. So a lot of it will come down to the planning. Okay, so we're back at the PowerPoint. It will come down to you expanding on your ideas and then linking them back to the words that we've given. Okay, and remember, you don't need to learn all of these, but make sure that you can try and practice and use a few of them confidently. Okay. So the secret would be, when you do your homework, is in the planning stage, build up, ask yourself questions, and link it back to the question. That will help with your ideas. And then look how you can put any of these words in. All right? Any questions so far?
No.
No, I think the best thing to do is to work through the essay, well, reading through the PowerPoint again, and then I can have a look at it and I can give you some feedback based on it. But it should start to come together. It should start to come together when you're writing, okay? And if you want to spend longer than 40 minutes on it, fine, because we want to make sure that we get this right, because this kind of mix of sentences is the basis of the grammar. The other things, sort of, you know, other tenses, you can use them quite naturally. I can hear and I can see that you can use the grammar quite well. So we want to make sure that we're getting all parts of the grammar in, okay? Not just that you can use a range of tenses. So I tell you